I think obviously every time the Champions League rolls around, you're always hoping that okay, maybe this season can start off on a bang. Maybe this season will be an all-time. And
Yeah.
I think this competition has just such a beautiful a way to just kind of get you back to say, okay, this is why this is the premium stop for high-level entertainment.
Sure.
In terms of continental football. And yeah, man, just like there's so much to get into. So let's just kind of jump into it basically with our first game. Newcastle 1-2 Barcelona. And this was the Marcus Rashford show, actually. Yeah, let's just kind of jump into it for you. What did you make of the game, and particularly the man of the match himself?
I think this game was very advertised as physicality versus technical brilliance, dog. Technical brilliance trumped, dog.
SJP, or you ain't gonna come to SJP.
Bro, like this is La Blaugrana, dog. This is Barcelona. They are European royalty, and St. James's Park. I mean, no disrespect to them, but you build that pedigree, you build that aura, and when you're facing a Barcelona who have some of the world's best players, there's levels to this thing, bro. There's levels to this thing, and Pedri, Gonzalez, Frankie, De Jong, taking them to the cleaners, bro. Joelinton, Tonali, Guimarães, they're gonna bully everyone. They're gonna, bro, football is spirit to feed, dog. Can you pass? How's your football IQ? We can see that you're strong, you're physical. Try rugby, bro. Try rugby. Bro, this was a game where you could see with Pedri and Frankie de Jong, that double pivot, bro. It's up there amongst the best. If you could say right now, the most informed double pivot. They are the reason they won this game.
I mean, you could argue maybe PSG's, most probably. PSG's maybe, as the other one.
This season.
Okay. Obviously, okay. Fair.
This season so far, I think Frankie de Jong and Pedri have been on song, bro. And it laid the platform for the forwards, though. Marcus Rashford, always on the break. He would give, I think, Livramento or Kieran Trippier, actually, on the left side, a tough time. You had Rafinha, who was playing out of position, but he's been sort of like used as a utility player lately. In the 10, right wing, left wing, Rafinha will do a job for you. He was also giving Livramento a tough time, which led to the first goal. Marcus Rashford. Robert Lewandowski had quite an ineffective game.
Yeah, you think after his cameo in the weekend, you think that maybe he'd be able, but unfortunately it didn't kind of come to fruition. But again, you don't panic too much. You just say again, he's sort of still getting his feet back. I mean, he's like 36, so 37. So again, but I'd say they didn't get hurt by that. It was nice to see Fermin Lopez keep his spot, especially after his performance in the weekend. You would think that probably Daniel Mo is going to slot into this game, but obviously, Hansi Flick wanted to reward a good performance. Yeah. With another good performance.
I think he was decent.
Yeah.
But obviously, the man who made the difference was Marcus Rashford.
Yeah, and interesting how he just seems to always pop up in these very pivotal moments for his career that he just needs it the most. A lot of talk has been rumored around his career in terms of is he going to stay? Are they going to keep him? There you go. A brace, Champions League.
Yeah.
Back in England. All the lights are going to be on him. He's starting the game, and I mean...
Newcastle hate to see him coming, honestly.
I think it was 12 GA against Newcastle. But beyond that, I think just the fact that he seemed like even his stint so far, even if he's not giving a goal or assist, he's very lively. You can tell that he's playing with a bit more. He's always asking questions.
Effort.
Yeah. And
more effort
I think this was a lot of the hard work that maybe you could say he was pushing towards. Again, us as United fans, we have no beef. It didn't work out. It is what it is. You want to see him do well. And I'd say this really worked well. And for the fact that Barcelona, even though they were caught out a couple of times, they seemed very comfortable. I don't think at certain aspects Newcastle could have, and we credit,
but
Juan
Garcia. As you were about to mention Juan Garcia, it's nice to have a shot stop, an elite shot stop and goal.
I mean, Ter Stegen, we love you, dog, but
I think I'm speaking for all Barcelona fans. They are quite happy with Juan Garcia.
I think fair enough. And I think even for me, I'm watching this game and I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, No, man, this is going to be a very interesting season because again, Barca, you think they're going to be one of the favorites to go deep into the competition, and they were faced with a pretty tough challenge. I think bigger teams have came here and have lost.
Bigger?
Okay, not bigger. Okay, let me not say bigger, but more technically better teams. Okay, I don't know. No, that doesn't. I don't. Okay, teams have came here and have lost, and it's not an easy place to go to, irregardless of who's playing or whatever. So they made it look quite easy. You know, all the physicality was chuffed out the door, and they just kind of showed them how to play football. And I think credit to them. Pedri, once again,
bro.
He's moving. He's moving at a very consistent level that we've never seen before. Of just like years, you've just been like constantly like genuinely. Obviously, he's not the flashiest. He's not going to get you the most amount of goal, but I think there's that saying, was it Busquets? If you watch him, you watch the game.
Yeah.
He's those types of players, and I think I'm just very excited to see, you know, this Barca team moving forward. But yeah, that was just sort of our brief thoughts on that game. Still keeping it in England, of course. Manchester City, Napoli. This was deemed as the big comeback, coming home again. The son of Manchester coming back home. You know, with his new team, his new,
other shade of blue.
You know, and it's just, wow, damn. The 6-minute
red card, Captain Di
Lorenzo, and gets hooked. And shame, man. Unfortunately, this was not the homecoming that Kevin De Bruyne and all the football romantics were hoping or thinking it was going to be. But it was a game where you could say Man City just looked very comfortable.
Yeah.
And which is an interesting thing to say in the context of the fact that I was saying that Antonio Conte in European football, I don't rate him that much. He hasn't shown us a reason for him to be confident in his ability. And, you know, again, yes, the red card didn't help, to be fair. It didn't help.
But also, like, they didn't land a punch, honestly.
Yeah, they didn't.
They didn't get themselves into the game, and I feel like it's the setup that probably, like, stopped Napoli from imposing themselves in an away game at the Etihad, bro. Because honestly, there was no attacking intent, dog. Like it was.
It wasn't the game that we were like propping it up. It really didn't live up to that expectation. But again, I think massive credit to City as well for nullifying anything that Napoli would have wanted to do. Even before that red card, you could tell that they were in firm control. They were already pouncing them. Milinkovic-Savic had to be busy quite a lot.
Yeah.
And I think that's credit to Pep. I think they're in a weird position right now, but
transition phase,
but they still have the quality players, and they still want to be as competitive as they possibly can.
Haaland 50 goals in the Champions League and 49 appearances, bro.
Is he breaking the record for you?
At this point, he's playing for Man City. Yes, they are going to be in the Champions League, but the man who holds the record was playing in finals, semi-final. Fair. Do I see Man City getting there at this moment? No, they're building towards it. I feel like there's other teams in Europe.
Right.
I don't feel like at this point he has.
Fair enough.
He would have played long tournaments for him to score enough goals to reach that record, but his goal ratio is top. Donnarumma made like a crazy save that could have changed the game because the game was 0-0. Napoli get a set piece and Alessandro Buongiorno heads it. You see why they signed him.
Yeah.
You see why the City defenders are fist pumping after every save.
Having an actual keeper. Or a solid, consistent shot-stopping goalkeeper, I think has been quite a lovely addition for that back line. They seem a lot more secure than usually. They've been a bit more like shaky at times. So I think if this can bring the best out of Ruben Diaz and Josko Vardiol, it helps. And I think credit to them. Anything else you want to add on this game particularly?
Foden and Doku.
Okay, I mean
Foden and Doku. I don't want to say much, but these are the players that City are looking forward to. Like in terms of goal contributions, Doku should be chipping in. Foden should be chipping
100%.
in. And Phil Foden, he had a very, very bad season last season, and so far his start to the season has been quite well. He's finding himself in pockets.
Playing well as more centrally as a number 10, which is very interesting. And Jeremy Doku, once again cooking a 30-something-year-old. But again, he also looks quite good. He's showcasing a lot of that potential that we've been told he has. So okay, now I'm being joke, but I'm just no. But he looked quite good, and I think again, man, it's unfortunate that players like Savinho seem like they're kind of frozen out of the team so far. But other than that, man, credit to Man City for a very comfortable performance, and
take the 3 points.
And
think next game in Bavaria, Bayern Munich versus Chelsea. I've seen a lot of like people saying this was the game where Chelsea were getting schooled.
Mm-hmm.
This is the game where you saw that Chelsea Champions League level, whatever. These are the world champions, bro. These are the world champions. And Vincent Kompany and Bayern just took them to the cleaners, bro. Honestly, they just took them to the cleaners. Like, I don't know. I'm still expecting a lot more from Chelsea in this competition.
I think we all are.
But honestly, Tosin and Chalobah versus Harry Kane, mates. Liverpool will better get healthy by the time you guys get to the knockout stage, bro. They better come back, because wow, man. Wow, but Sheila has to come because he at least has Champions League experience with Monaco. At least they have to come back, bro, because honestly, bro, this was a vintage Harry Kane performance, honestly.
No, it looked like Premier League performance, London derby. Just kind of like, well, there you go.
Yeah.
And I think if we're being honest, I think Bayern, they're at home, they're at their stadium.
Yeah.
Comfortable, they have all these players. You knew that this was going to happen. The game started very cagey, obviously. Chelsea wanted to be as compact as possible, but the game opened up eventually. And when you have players like Michael Olise, who again, I feel like is probably second to probably Lamine Yamal in his position in the world right now.
Yeah.
And when you have players like that who are going to make things happen, when you have like finishers, people who are going to finish their food like Harry Kane. And he had a lot more opportunities to score, like a lot more goals.
Yeah.
And I just see that and I'm thinking to myself, this is not the Conference League. This is not the Club World Cup where you're playing against Fluminense or whatever, team in Flamengo. No disrespect, but this is the premium level of elite European football. You need to match up, and you can buy as many players as you want, but can you match it up when it's time to go? And they just looked like Sanchez was probably one of the best players on the pitch.
He was their best player.
He was their best player.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, a nice counter-attack goal from Chelsea, Cole Palmer, celebrating 2-0 up, but we gotta get further up, I know, what I mean? But yeah, I don't know, besides that, man, it just seemed like a team. Enzo Fernandez, I was thinking, Steve, he's something. You're thinking, obviously, this new experiment, Reece James playing as the center midfielder.
Mareta has been doing this since in the Club World Cup, bro. Like,
I know, but I'm just thinking to myself now, I'm thinking, is it a thing of like, is it the most effective, or is this a thing of like, because people were not expecting it, then it was just like, oh, there you go, there he's doing that, he's doing this. Maybe, I don't know.
But when you have a general like Kimmich and someone who's willing to work their socks off as Pavlovic, like, obviously you're gonna get outrun.
Smart, intelligent players like Conrad Lima, who was everywhere on the pitch. I'd say he was also one of my favorite players in his ability to kind of just, exploit the spaces that Chelsea kept on creating on each side. Like, you could see Gusto and Kukuya, they could not handle it. They were just all over the CAF. And
Caicedo was alone. He was alone in that
and he can only do so much. Honestly, he can only do so much. And yeah, man, this Bayern team, they just look so unrelenting. They just look like they're not stopping. And scary hours, credit to Nicholas Jackson,
Give us a moment, I guess.
Just like, moment of magic. But otherwise, no, I think this really, as you said, they were taken to the cleaners. And
comprehensive performance.
I think Chelsea will be fine. I think they will make it out of this group, but growing pains.
Yeah.
I think just the stark reality of you want to be here. And again, you're talking. This is coming from two United fans, yes, but we're still football people who see that again. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, if you can't stack up to the elite teams, you will get found out, and you will get you'll get crushed. And that was just one of those performances where you didn't expect any other performance, and exactly that, a professional win. So credit to that. And
Fine, I'll take that. And probably one of the most entertaining games of the match week. Anfield, Liverpool versus Atletico Madrid. This game has a bit of like
an edge to it.
Yeah.
It has a bit of a history to
Yeah.
it. And I'm asking myself, what is it about Marcus Llorente at Anfield? What is it about him just saying, you know what, I could go for a pint?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, like, such a weird game, to be fair. Because again, the first 20 minutes, they're already 2-0 up. They're saying, oh, professional win for Liverpool. And then, damn.
Honestly, people were quite surprised, of the approach that Liverpool took in this game, because they went 2-0 up. All of a sudden, they set back, tried to defend the lead, and that allowed Pablo.
Which was very interesting for your honest Slot, who has been able to score goals, has had again, your new shiny signing, Alexander Isak, starting at Anfield. This should be a cakewalk. This should be an opportunity, and I don't know, man. As you said, they did feel like they kind of took the pedal off the gas a little bit, just to kind of allow the game to kind of progress, because Atletico, they kind of got back into the game, especially after those 2 games. They really grew into the game. They had a few good opportunities, and when the goal came, you're thinking, is this going to be one of those games? You're just thinking again that Liverpool sort of stepped up a bit. Then they kind of grew back into the game. Then the game kind of got a bit basketball-y at certain points, but I don't know. You think Simeone, again, a manager who's very under pressure at the moment. Not under pressure, let me not understand it, but he's had a very mixed run of results the past couple of games, and
start of the season hasn't been great.
And you think that this would be the game. Impose yourself, do something, and again, a team defensively resolute, they're going to frustrate you.
Yeah.
And they did exactly that. I don't think Liverpool had the most clear-cut chances that they probably would have wanted.
Yeah, the first goal. Yeah, it's just Salah doing Salah things, bro.
It's just he
got his assist. The second goal was taken well, running down the wing, bulldozing through the defense, finishing well. Yeah. I feel like Jan Oblak has fallen off of cliff. This was top 3 keepers 5 years ago, and it's time to move on. Simeone, his playing style has moved on with the times, because they're much more expressive, much more expensive now. They keep the ball well, which is something that Pablo Barrios did so well in this game. I liked his game. Marcus Llorente inverting from right back, coming into midfield. He did well. And his son, Simeone, bombing down the wing. They did apply pressure on Liverpool after going 2 goals down. Led to the goal. Griezmann also had a couple of moments, but he didn't impose himself as much in this game.
And I think, again, losing Julian Alvarez at this point, not great. You think that's sort of been your solid talisman the past season, your MVP last year, and a game like this, he would have been needed in a few of those opportunities. I think he really could have just at least made this game a lot more of in terms of just chances being more clinical. Again, they still made do with what they had. Raspadori again got the assist for himself. But I'm also just looking at it and saying, but Liverpool, dude, they keep on doing this. Once again, another last-minute goal. Is it sustainable? Or this thing of, is it fair for us to be saying, is it sustainable? Or is just a thing of people who we play like champions? Is that, what do you think? And is it just a case of they're just playing cagey games and getting the results because that's just who they are? That's how their games are? Or is it a thing of...
They played a cagey game against Newcastle, Burnley, Atletico Madrid.
And Arsenal, to be fair.
And Arsenal, yeah. Burnley, and now I would say, they camped well in their box. 8 goal. Newcastle. Newcastle were going for the game.
Red card.
Red card, Ngomoha.
But then after the red card, they got,
Then, Arsenal game.
Both teams
went really going forward like that. So obviously moment of brilliance. Now the level goes up a notch.
Much higher.
And 90 plus 4. If you're thinking Barcelona, Real Madrid, PSG, Bayern, you do this against them, you might get punished, bro. You might get punished. And I feel like that's something that Arne Slot would want to show up before
before it gets to that point,
yeah.
because I would imagine the money that they've spent, there is no expectation but challenging for the Champions League and the Premier League. So, but overall, an entertaining game nonetheless, and I think I'm interested to see how that kind of goes through. But yeah, that was just our thoughts on just like the main games of this game week. Obviously, we can't touch on everything because we'll be here forever, but obviously now looking at some of the leagues, obviously the Juventus Dortmund game, that was like the standout fixture that everyone was talking about. But also a few clangers. Benfica losing to
Karabakh.
Okay, yeah, Karabakh. That was interesting. Union Saint Gilila winning against PSV.
The first Champions League game ever.
That's interesting. Arsenal, Arsenal, Inter versus Ajax. So a few interesting performances. A few
defending champions PSG 4-0 without Dembele and Due.
Yeah, that was also quite something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so far, in terms of the table, I think who's right at the top? It's Frankfurt, obviously
winning 5-1.
5-1, and obviously PSG right up there. So obviously it's game week 1, so we're not really going to look at the table because I think Napoli also right down there. But
yeah,
I'd say just first game week. What first thoughts? Just quick sum up just before we wrap it up.
I think Barca, you can tell, as you mentioned, they'll be the favorites. PSG, bro. PSG. They're gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
They're gonna be a problem. I'm looking at Madrid. It's the same old, bro. Honestly, it's the same old. It's been happening. Whether we're winning the Champions League, whether we're not winning it, same thing. Drama-filled game, but the winner will still be in the bag. Arsenal, defensively resolute, but I'm thinking if Athletic Bilbao had much more quality, they could have punished them.
Yeah.
So the Arsenal, Chelsea, Napoli, Atletico Madrid, Juventus, those are the teams that would want to figure themselves out.
Yeah.
But PSG, Bayern, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Liverpool will be glad that 3 points in the bag from the first game week. And yeah, going forward, like I mentioned, it's only match week 1. We haven't got like to game week 7, 8 where like these games could cost you, could like mean something in terms of where you land for the knockout stages. But it was a good match week 1.
Nah, shout out, and you kind of just wrapped it up into a nice neat little bow. So yeah, from us here at No Foul Players today, thank you very much. Stay tuned in.
I'll go.